Sulaiman Khan here for Seconds Out with Bruce Shu Shu Carrington, my favorite nickname to say in all of boxing. Shu Shu back out 27th of September later on this month against Sulaiman Segawa. Shu Shu, good to see you. How you doing?
I'm doing well, man. I'm really excited for this fight because Sulaiman Segawa, he is a competitor that I believe is gonna bring out, the best of me. Um, and this is a great challenge. It's a great challenge for my career, and I'm super excited for this opportunity.
It was a big upset for him beating Ruben Villa, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah, big time. I didn't expect it at all.
What, what did he do in that fight to beat Ruben Villa? What was your eye on it?
I think that his tenacity, I don't think that Ruben Villa expected him to take I don't like, yeah, I don't think Rumavia expected Sagawa to take his shots at that well and fire back, and to even keep up with his pace because Sagawa was throwing a lot of punches throughout that fight, and and then catching Ruben Villa with the punches at the end of his shots. Like I think Ruben Villa didn't expect him to use his distance like that, his gauge his arm length and everything like that. I think that was the biggest like difficulty that Ruben had to face in that fight. And Sagawa just, like he beat him convincingly. And it was amazing. It was amazing to watch.
He wasn't afraid to trade in that fight all. Is that what you like? Is that what you want to see from your opponents?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Like that's the same thing I noticed in Espinoza after he fought Robesi Ramirez. I'm like, man, like I had no idea who this guy was, but he made me a fan after seeing how much like he really fought hard to he showed that he wanted to win, and he did anything like that he needed to do, anything that was possible to be able to get that victory. And that's the same thing I saw with Sagawa.
The finishes haven't stopped for you since you've climbed up the ladder. That's something that I look out for when it comes to fighters of your ilk who've got that punch power to see if it wanes as they climb up the ladder, and it hasn't with you. But he has one KO loss in the last 4 years. What's your
Hmm.
thoughts on that?
Well, people, but my last few opponents, I would say Bernard Torres, Jason Sanchez, no one has stopped those guys, right? And I did that. So, I don't really think about too much when it comes to stoppages and whatnot. Like, I just go in there and fight. And if the stoppage comes, the stoppage comes. But I am 100% ready to go the full 10 rounds and be able to have a dominating victory.
I was just having a flick through your box rec, and the amateur record is extensive there with the experiences that you've got. Do you feel that, when it comes to setting up those KO finishes or those early stoppages, you're really thinking and the amateur grounding has really set you up for those great finishes that you've recorded so far?
100%. I'm able to basically translate everything that I've learned from the amateurs into the pros. And the experience that I've got, it's not like, everybody got an experience that I've gotten.
Hmm.
I fought a lot of tough guys in the amateurs and a lot of smart guys to where I was able to learn from the guys, from the people that I fought. And yeah, man, I feel like that makes the biggest difference when it comes to me and whoever I fight. My experience is top notch. And even my imagination that I add on top of it, like I try to be as original as I can with my approach of my fights. Like I really think that because of that, that's the main reason why like a lot of fighters they don't know how to deal with me.
I'm listening to a lot of people in the industry talk about yourself, and Algeria was saying that you're ringside watching a lot of fights. Are you
Mhm.
doing a lot of scouting? Is that what you're doing?
Uh, I mean, I'm a fight fan at first, but I definitely am spectating. Scouting, you kind of say that as well too, because I just want to just be able to fight the best, man. And whoever has the belts and whoever is like known as the best in my division or just around my division, I want to be able to fight them. I want to be able to, put myself up against those type of guys and show everybody why I consistently, say I'm the best. Like I'm not just saying it to sound cocky or whatever. Like that's just what I genuinely believe because of what I've been through, what I've learned, and how hard I train. Like, I don't think that people want it as bad as I do. Like, people do this as a career, as a hobby. Like, no, this is my life. Even when I go home, I'm going to be watching boxing. I'm going to be learning, just taking in like everything like a sponge and being able to just be the best boxer I can be when it's all said and done.
With Segawa in front of you, what challenge are you expecting from him? Look, you mentioned about how good he was against Ruben Villa, but in against you, what do you think is going to pose the biggest challenge?
I don't know. I'm not sure. He looks like he has some power. Uh, you know, um, but people's game plan go out the window when they fight me. So we just have to see what he brings to the table come September 27th.
I was positively frightened watching your Instagram video. It was a video of POV fighting Shu Shu Carrington. You aren't really up in people's faces like that, pulling those
Yeah.
faces, are you, in the ring with your opponents or your sparring partners?
Oh no, sometimes I am. Sometimes I am. I got all the crazy eyes and I'm talking crazy to him sometimes. Like, yeah, nah. There's a reason why they call me the Brownsville bully. So that's definitely an accurate POV.
Have sparring partners ever said anything about that or when they faced you?
Yeah, definitely. When they come, but like they joke about it with me almost every day at this point now. It's like, oh, he's always want to push you around. They always want to, just be a bully inside the ring and stuff like that. Like at this point, it's like a joke inside the gym. It's something that I always do.
That was a little bit of time ago, but it was a landmark occasion in your life in that I believe you got married. Just talking about how that's changed your perspective on your career moving
Yeah,
forward.
yeah. I've got engaged. I haven't gotten
I was
married
engaged,
yet.
sorry.
But yeah, yeah, no problem. But yeah, no, we're definitely getting married, and it's definitely changed my perspective on life, my career, and everything because having a life partner like that, it it helps you just focus on, what's important in life and just having someone like that to be understanding and very helpful with my boxing career. It's like so stress relieving. You know what I'm saying? Like it makes life easier. It makes just living easier. And of course, happy wife, happy life. So as long as you keep her happy, you're gonna stay happy. And that's honestly one of the best things that I could have learned in my life. Like, because I remember when I was growing up, coming from where I come from in Brownsville, New York, it's like everybody always taught me like, oh man, watch out for these women, they can tear you down, whatever, whatever. But I never come across that many people that taught me that women actually can bring you to your best as well too. They could bring you to a level that you can't reach on your own. And I had to learn that on myself.
What's she like at your fights?
Oh man, she goes crazy. She goes crazy, man. She's not one of those people that's trying to hide from those the punches or whatever. Like, she knows funny. She actually didn't like boxing before, dating me. She felt like it was barbaric and she didn't really care to watch it. But now she's calling out moves and shots like he's in the ring and whatnot. I'm like, you're not a boxer, bro. What you know about catching this angle and feinting the jab and she's doing all of that stuff now. So she's really into it now. She watched certain fights or know about certain schedules before I even found out about it. And, that's the stuff that I really, really like. Like she really shows me that she's involved in the things that I love.
As a key figure in your life there. I also saw a picture of yourself and Andre Ward. I just wonder when you got to pick the brain of Andre Ward, what was he telling you about your game and things to look out for?
Man, he was just telling me like, just to continue to, stay humble and the way how I'm moving right now is the perfect way I need to be able to come, a big star. He loves the way how I fight. He didn't really give too much about that. Yeah, he's just like, he was just really, he always gives good pointers. It was just more so like on a media end though. He just felt like, I'm carrying myself well, just continue to, you know, keep my integrity and, just watch how I move when it comes to, the social media.
Yeah, I just wondered that as well. That's interesting advice because you come across very humble, but when the money comes a lot more and from the places where you're from, there aren't too many people that kind of make it out and make it to the top. Do you feel that you're able to look at some of the people who have unfortunately, fallen through the pitfalls and make sure you avoid those obstacles in the future if you do get to the top?
Oh, definitely. I live and I watch, so I won't be able to go through some of those things and then granted, like, I'm not gonna say like I'm better than anyone. So I pray a lot. I make
Mhm.
sure I pray so I'll be able to, like have God keep me humble and, I pray that he keeps all negative things, away from me and I just try to just stay as strong as I can mentally, and I keep certain people around me as well that holds me accountable. If like just in case if I ever was to get big headed or whatever, I make sure I dot my I's and cross my T's when it comes to things like that. Because that's the important thing, keeping your character. Like
Mhm.
boxing is one thing, but I'm not trying to be no villain or somebody that I'm not. I'm always gonna be me.
Now, you're very highly ranked within the governing bodies, but is there an ideal route, an ideal champion that you want to face to get a world title?
Nah. It's anyone, any money, money, mo. Like I'm just ready to just get the title. It's a title that I want. It's not really a specific person. It's a title that I want, and whoever has the title at the moment, I'm coming for you.
We got Nick Ball over here in the UK. I just wondered if you ever turn the UK into Shu K and maybe come over and fight Nick Ball.
You just gave me an idea. That's funny with the shoe K. That is hilarious. Yeah, no, 100%. I would definitely love to fight Nick Ball. I would definitely even love to because I think he has a fight coming up in October, to believe.
No.
You might even see me out there in the UK. You never know, man. You never know what might happen. I'm ranked number one in the WBA, and that fight is very possible to happen. So listen, the time will tell.
All the fights with champions right now that you'd be the other side of would be all great fights because it's a great clash of styles. Do you see it that way?
100%. Yeah. It's definitely something that the fans will love, and that's something that I will love because I'm a crowd pleaser. I always promise a crowd pleasing performance. So each one of those guys, each one of those champions, it will be a great fight.
Who would you say would be the toughest?
I don't know, man. I honestly don't know. Because styles make fights, and I do feel comfortable with each one of those guys' styles that I have in front of me, which that's that are the champions. So I mean, I honestly don't know. I genuinely don't know.
Speaking of scouting, I wonder if you had a chance to watch back Inoue defeating Doheny. I think
Mhm.
it was on Tuesday. What did you think of that performance from Inoue?
I saw a lot of highlights from that fight. I didn't get to watch the full fight yet, but I'm seeing a bunch of people tag me and like stuff on Twitter and whatnot, like, oh shoot, hey man, you could beat him. Oh, I see what you were talking about, shoot. Da, da, da. So I mean, I'll check the fight out and see what everyone's talking about at some point. But there's holes in a man's game. Granted, he's a great fighter. He's a great fighter, man. But I genuinely believe like I'll be the one to take him down.
I believe if I remember this correctly, Bob Arum said afterwards that look, he's going to come back to the USA and have a fight there. Is that
Mhm.
something that you target, that you think about?
100%. I would love to have a fight with Inoue out here in the US. I mean, if it has to be in Japan, sure, it could be in Japan as well too, is whatever. But at the same time, I I don't really want to get too much into Inoue talk because he's taking his sweet time coming up to featherweight division. He has a lot of business to take care of. So when the time comes. I don't want to be seen as this guy that is popular because of Inoue.
Hmm.
I want to be known as Bruce Shu Shu Carrington and be my own star and focus on the featherweight champions that's in front of me right now. I'm not really focused on Inoue at the moment. So yeah, whenever the time comes, it comes. If it doesn't, I'll be fine.
Fair enough. I respect that. Bruce, just talking about honing your craft a bit more, I just wondered what I've been speaking to fighters in the lower weights. I just wondered how much they pick out of other fighters' games, specifically at higher weights. Are there fighters that you watch specifically and take a bit of their game from, or are you solely focused on the lower weights yourself when it comes to adding to your game?
Oh no, I watch everyone. I watch the hand excuse me, the hand manipulations that's used from Tyson Fury. I watch the up close but fast twitch reactions that Canelo used in his inside game. I watch a lot of tank fights, the way how he sets up his knockouts. Um, a lot of Terrence Crawford, even like old time fighters, Tommy Hearns, James Toney. Man, I watch it like all different type of weight classes, all different different type of eras. There's nothing that like there's not enough of like skills in boxing you can learn from because I've noticed in this new age, a lot of people is not doing a lot of the old school stuff, like the crafty and the veteran things. Like a lot of people are not doing it, man. And I see myself as an old school fighter, and I'm bringing it back.
Bruce, let me get your take on that Fury fight with Usyk. Do you think he can overturn the defeat into a victory against Usyk the second time round?
I believe that Tyson Fury can beat Usyk. The first 4 rounds he was playing around too much. I feel like he let off and let Usyk win those rounds. But then when he got serious in the middle rounds, he coasted, like legit coasted. in those middle rounds to show that the skills was like, there was a major gap between Tyson Fury and Usyk. But then Tyson Fury, I believe he got tired or he got caught with a good shot. And then after that, that's when, Usyk stayed with his game plan and was able to, maintain and get the victory. But if Tyson Fury is able to stay serious from the first round on, then we're going to have a different fight.
Have you got a take on AJ versus Dubois as well too, which is happening very, very soon?
Oh, I think, that's a really good fight. AJ he's had a good momentum these past few fights. I mean, he has really good momentum. His confidence is there. So it's going to be really interesting to see Dubois fight with AJ at this time. But Dubois has really good skills. This is going to be a really good fight. I honestly don't know who's going to win this one. We know that both of them have knockout power. We both know that both of them have been stopped. This is going to be a firefight, and I honestly don't have a winner for that one.
Bruce, I'll leave the final word with you. What happens in your fight September 27th against Sulaiman Segawa?
Oh man, the only thing I can promise is a crowd-pleasing performance. That is the one thing I can promise. We've been training really hard. I hope Segawa comes with his best because I come with my best. And man, it's going to be a great fight for New York City.
Bruce Shu Shu Carrington, pleasure speaking to you. Hopefully see you in Shuke very soon.
Yeah,
but looking forward to seeing you out in action September 27th.
Appreciate you.